Hello, hello. Welcome to our movie class. Today we will speak about the movie named Split, and it's some kind of thriller, psycho drama or something. And Leila just shared that she could not manage to watch it because it's a scary thing, you know. And is it? I don't know. Let's ask our participants. So, Sergey, can you please start with the story itself?
Okay, I saw the movie, and the movie start from the usual American birthday of one young girl, and the father to girl with your girlfriend uh, uh, try to return at home, and they took one strange girl from this class. And in the parking, they have problem with strange man when the strange man beat the father, and the sit inside the car, and he used special balloon with the gas. It's strangely for me because she didn't use special masks from this gas, but and surprisingly for me, two girls start to sleep, and the third girls tried to go out from the car, but he had a fall, and
He had,
he
sorry.
uh, he can't he could couldn't go outside the car, and this man took these three girls to at home,
Yeah,
and he put inside the special room as a camera, as a room for prisoners, and
yeah.
he told about problem and about the future when in some days we will saw the monsters.
Mhm. He will came, yes, for you. Okay,
Yep.
so okay, let's in terms of English, how we can improve Sergei's story. So what vocabulary is appropriate to the story? So it's a kidnapped, right? It's a verb that
Yep.
what else? Escape, I think.
Abducted.
Abduct, yep.
Abducted.
Abducted. What else, teacherly? What should we improve?
I guess we could call it sleeping gas. Usually the gas is chloroform, but usually it's a napkin over the face,
Yeah.
Once I learned that there are special words like stone it or something when when you got something in your drink in the bar, like a crime. So before you kidnapped, you
We,
got
we say drugged. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's stone, maybe British or something. But I read some story. Yeah.
Stone is marijuana.
Okay. 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 Yes. What about rocket? Rocket.
No.
Oh. Okay. I'm
No.
trying to recall, but
Okay.
forgot the usage. Okay, Gerard, can you hear us? Nope. Something wrong.
Okay.
Okay, Bricket, another one suggestion.
No. I don't
So, how would you describe your state when you under this gas? Just slept, unconscious. What else?
just drugged.
Drugged. Okay, drugged.
Drugged means you're sleeping because of some nefarious scheme. Yeah.
Mhm.
Knocked
Or
out.
unconscious.
Jorgen, please.
Knocked out.
Knocked out. Yeah, knockout is about the heat, right?
Usually hit. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, and speaking about this, like protective clothes, anything special? How would we call this?
Just
So-
a cloth over the mouth.
Okay, and usually it's so it prevents you to inhale the gas, right?
Yeah.
Or it contains some ingredient inside, some protective ingredient. No.
A cloth, no. Now, if I didn't see the movie. Was he wearing a gas mask?
No, just a clothes, just
Just a cloth.
yeah.
Yeah. That shouldn't stop gas from going through, right?
Yeah, because I remember now that there are many like what's the word for this? Many advices. In case of fire, you take the clothes, you water it, make it wet, right?
Wet cloth, yeah.
Wet
Yeah.
cloth, and then inhale like through this clothes, right? So it prevents you. Leila, we do it for you. You know, if you see a strange man with a balloon, please take a clothes. You know, just.
Thank you, Ron. Tonight I want to sleep. Thank you.
Yeah,
What my wife does when my wife walks into a place that has a bad smell, she'll grab her hair and put her hair over her nose and mouth and breathe through her hair. I don't know if that works for sleeping gas or not.
Okay, it's nice. So Gerard, hello, and as you probably noticed it, we finished at the moment when kidnapped just took place. So the girls are in this room, is in the basement, right? We don't know, is it a house or something strange, like a basement and closed room. Yes, and if you want, you can continue the story.
So this guy, it looks like he has different personalities. Sometimes he's a boy, sometimes he's a good guy, sometimes he's a serious guy. And one of the girls, we learned she was abused by her uncle. Her father died, and she was used to be abused by her uncle. So she was better prepared to tackle this problem. And the other two girls were scary teenagers, normal teenagers. They tried to fight against him to escape, but it was a waste of time, and they lost the opportunity to profit from another better opportunity. And we also learned the story of with the psychology of this guy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let's stop a bit. So, Tishli, how can we improve the story? What vocabulary we can use?
Well, he kidnapped 3 girls. As Gerard said, he has multiple or different personalities. We call this schizophrenia, is one name for it. I think the movie synopsis called it DID, which was dissociative identity disorder or something like that.
Yeah.
But we call it schizophrenia, which is multiple personalities. So it's a mental disorder.
So we can say that one of the girl was a victim, right? From like how to say it? Was better prepared because he got used to what? To be victim or not?
I would say she had been abused before, so she was mentally hardened. Or tempered. Okay. So when it was starting to happen to her, the other 2 girls were terrified and paralyzed, but she was angry, or knew what to do. She recognized what was going to happen, so she was better prepared mentally to deal with it. Yeah.
Right. So when you are in panic, you just cannot plan anything, right? So you just do random actions that usually it's nothing good in that. Yep. So Vasants, what was the story with this science lady, the doctor?
Yeah, the doctor consults so many patients with this kind of mental disorder, and she I think she's doing her research on them, and she kind of giving counseling to them to keep them balanced. And she knew that she was talking to one of the personalities that Kevin has, and he was like an artist, a fashion designer or something. So she continued to talk with him so that she can oppress the rest of the personalities, because he has 22 personalities inside his mind. So at least she had to keep very few numbers to kept alive. And she did her best, and whenever she receives a mail from Kevin or one of the personalities, she sensed that something is wrong with him, and one of the personalities get upset, and it might cause some consequences. So she immediately calls him and giving counseling to him. So that's what happens with her.
Yeah, so she got an email about urgent appointment, right? And when he came, she started to be suspicious that it wasn't the guy who wrote this email, because he behaved like not in the way she expected, right? How would we call? So what we know about this doctor? We learned that she has many patients, probably, and we learned that she, like, on some video conference, she present the ideas to, like, I don't know how to call it, science society or something like. So she looks like to be on the top of this, I don't know, science hierarchy or something. How would we name her, Teacher Lee? I mean,
I would say leader in her field, probably.
Yeah. So
she's
a leader, and she has an authority. Can we say authority or something else?
A high reputation or
high reputation. Yeah. So she looks like be very confident about this disease, and probably a leader. It's my impression from the movie. I'm not insist. I don't insist on that, but it's how I got it. And what is interesting in this story about doctors, that we learn from her. I don't know is it true or not. I was going to ask you, but we learned from her that your mental state can change your physical abilities easily. And she provided a few examples. One of them, what I remember. So a man has this DID, like this syndrome, and has two personality. And one persona in him has an allergy to be how say it, poison or allergy. I forgot the name. Allergy, yeah, to bees, these small insects.
Sting.
To bees, okay.
Stings, yeah. But another persona don't have this allergy, and I don't know how it's possible. Another example is like, one of the persona has a diabetes, this disease that you need insulin, you have to be injected. But another person don't have it. Can you believe this?
We have a term, psychosomatic. Psychosomatic. Somatic means body, and psycho means mind. So psychosomatic does mean that your mind can actually affect your body. A common example of this is if you go to work and every colleague of yours, they get together and they agree to all tell you look sick today. You look sick, Yvonne. Hey, Yvonne, you look sick. Hey, Yvonne, are you feeling okay? Soon you will start feeling sick because they have put that suggestion in your head, and your mind now believes you are sick, so your body gets sick. So it does have some basis in fact.
Yes, actually, I can believe to some extent to this, because I saw some video on YouTube probably about an experiment. And the experiment was like that, we show a man that we have some iron, some metal very hot. We show how we heat up them, and then we just touch him. The metal actually is cold, but man has a burn on his skin because he believes so that is so hot. It's hard to believe, but I watched it by my own eyes. Probably, maybe it's a trick, I don't know. But okay, so I can believe that we can provoke some I don't know, is it the word stigmata, you know? You know this word?
Yeah.
Can you please explain what is stigmata?
Well, stigmata is a mark on the skin. Like Jesus Christ had nails driven through his palms and his feet to nail him to the cross. So those bloody areas are called stigmata. And they have found people that develop stigmata sometimes just from their religious faith, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
So,
strange.
Kind of, yeah. So kind of your mental state, you know, provoke your body state. So, okay, we have some, you know, evidences of that, or probably we have some evidence. But diabetes, you know, it's a it's a disease that exists on molecular level, yeah. So on nuclear, on cell level. So you mean that if you are in the good mood, you change your cells in your body. It's wow, sounds really strange.
Hard to believe.
It doesn't sound right, but I don't know.
Yeah, but as I understand, it's a crucial part of the story. Am I right? Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So and there is a small like additional story. How we call it? Backstory, side story, teacherly side.
Backstory, side story, either one.
We have a small side story with the neighbor of this lady doctor. I don't actually understand what value this story bring us. Do someone can explain it? You know, there was a neighbor of this doctor lady. She spent some time. They spent some time together. They watched TV, but I don't understand what it was about. Any ideas?
I didn't see it. Did the neighbor give her any advice or give her any ideas in solving her case?
Probably, but looks like that I did not get it.
You mean the trash bin? No.
Trash bin. It was another case with some kind of her worker or something. Yes, they analyze it like behavior of this Kevin. Yep. Okay, let's skip it. So we stopped on this lady doctor. Yep. Sergey, can you continue the story? Just from any point.
Yes. After visit the doctor, we saw this man inside his house, and his house is very strange because he has a lot of corridors and a lot of rooms, a lot of cover rooms, and he change his personalities, and he separate those girls when they found ventilation exit, and one girl started to live with other rooms, and the second girl, after some dinners, start to live to second rooms. And after that, we saw a lot of conflicts, a lot of story with the main characters, with Kevin and with main girl, when they listen to music, when they started to talk with the radio station with other men.
Okay, let's stop there. Can you name a few personalities and we can discuss them? So one was the Kevin, right? It's a bad one, right? Who kidnapped girls? Kevin? No.
Kevin, yep.
Yep. And who was the boy, the 9 years boy? Hedwig, right?
That was Harry Potter's owl's name.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, who else? Who can I remember? There was this fashion guy, right?
Patricia, the woman.
Who prepared food? Yeah, for them.
British woman, yeah.
So who else? Fashion guy, right?
Barry.
Yes.
Barry, yeah.
I like Barry.
And that's all, right?
No, Orwell and Jade.
So what is your favorite personality? What is your favorite? The Beast. Okay, so let's discover the history with this 9 years boy. Vasants, can you please describe us what happened between girls and this personality Hedwig?
Yeah, the Hedwig was a surprise to the girls, and he's just 9 years old, and his pronunciation, the way he talks is different, like with the tip of his tongue. So it was a funny pronunciation, and I think he developed his this personality due to the abusement he received from his mother in his childhood. She could be his mother or stepmother, but that might be the reason. And yes, abused means physically, just not any sexual harassment, just beating up. So, and the girl.
Vasants, you mentioned interesting, I think, language question. So, abuse has a kind of sexual connotation. Am I right, teacher?
Usually, yes. There are different kinds. There's mental abuse, physical abuse, and sexual abuse.
Okay, and when we speak about this situation, this guy was like, he had a strict mother. She probably beat him up in case of misbehavior. It's still abuse, right?
Yeah, but I would call it physical abuse to be more specific.
Okay, thank you. Vasants, please continue. Sorry for interruption. I just wanted to clarify this.
Yeah. Okay. And the girl, what's her name? The main girl, Casey.
No idea. Let's call her main girl.
We had Casey, Claire,
yeah, I think.
and Marcia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think Casey is our girl, the main girl.
Yeah.
She tried to trick him by asking help, because Hedwig, you can help us and try to let us go, something like that. But he refused, and he was afraid of the other personalities, like the women, the Patricia and the Dennis. So he initially refused that to do the favor, and later somehow she managed to trick him by asking his interest, because he was interested in dancing to the rock music. So, and he asked questions about him, and she went to his room actually.
Yeah. And when he discovered it, he was very upset, right?
Yeah. He said about his room had windows, his favorite windows, and she thought about real windows, and she went to his room, but he just draw the window on a paper and pasted it on the wall. So that was a disappointment, and she was looking like how to say that, fooled, and he suspected that, oh, you were searching for a real window. Did you use me? Like that. So he asked some questions like that.
And it's interesting how speech has been changed for every person, So this guy always said like a 9-year boy, and always we have an echo from someone. And sorry, so, Leila, probably from you, no?
Oh no, I'm not even talking.
Okay, so and he was constantly repeating etc. and how like a guy, like a small boy, he could not like deliver his mind very clear. So he was like, it was interesting, every time when personality has been changed, the language pattern has been changed, like like it's a different human, I would say. Vasants, please.
Yes, I can immediate hint. Did you use me? Something like that. So with the tip of his tongue.
Etc. Etc.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the story about this walkie-talkie? Jürgen, could you please explain us?
Yeah, she tried to. I don't know who she talked to, but I don't know.
Yeah, so she found a walkie-talkie radio station in this boy's room, and she tried immediately to make a contact, and actually contact took place, and someone answered her, but someone pretty stupid, I would say. So she explained it again and again. I'm abducted. I'm going to be killed here. Please tell me I'm around you. Please call the police. But he was, who are you? How you got my walkie-talkie? like this, yeah. So like not the sharpest tool in the toolbox. Am I right?
Sharpest tool in the shed.
In the shed. Okay, so. The sharpest.
Can I ask you something?
Please.
In the meantime, while these things are happening, what about the police? The police are looking for them, the girls?
Yes. So the case was reported, and it was like reported on TV in the news, but
they know the men, right?
No, they didn't know the man. The police just knew about the kidnapping itself. That's all. Okay. So they have no clue where to find them or something.
Okay, thank you.
I think I read in the summary they asked the dad. The dad reported that his car was stolen and the girls were missing.
Right.
So was the dad involved in the scheme, or was he just an innocent guy?
No.
Sure. I suppose he was killed or something. Or that. No?
I don't know whether he was killed, but he wasn't involved at all.
Okay.
So what we see in the movie is that there was a dad and girls, and then something happened, and there is no dad. Only he's like seeing some cartoon, some packet, like what's the name for this? Pizza, pizza boxes over here, but no death. So I thought he was just hit or or killed or something like this. Yeah, It was my impression. Okay, let's go on. So we know a bit about personalities. We know about this little boy. We know that they tried to escape one time from ventilation, another time with this walkie-talkie and tricking thing. And what happened next? Next, interesting thing that we found out at this moment, that all these personalities inside the cabin, or how to call them, all this horde, they communicate with each other. So the young boys say, like, I talked with Kevin and Patricia. They are not happy. So they not like, they don't live like in different times. They communicate. I don't understand the physics of the process. When does it happen and how? But it's what we learn. So they have like consistent story of what is going to happen. So they are waiting for some beast, and they call themselves like a horde. So Gerard, can you please explain us? Well, who is the beast and why are they waiting for him?
Is the 24th character. So this beast is very dangerous, very violent, very strong, a cannibal.
Oh my God.
Yes. So that's the danger for the girls, because the beast is about to appear and to kill them or eat them or do anything horrible.
But let's go deeper. It's on the surface, right? What you told us. So we know that, but there is some complicated story between the beast and this lady doctor, because Kevin or whoever it was told us that the doctor is like provoke that beast to be created. Do you understand this part?
Yeah.
So the doctor provoked the beast.
Yep.
I don't know how.
Yep, me either. It was what. It's how came. Vasant, do you understand this part, or someone else? No. So this beast, it was like So Lady Doctor, she knows about many of these personalities, like about 23 of them. But the beast was like a hidden one, right? She just like, I don't know, suspected that there can be many personalities, but she cannot name them. She know nothing about them, and because of this conversation between Doctor and Kevin, somehow the beast was born. It's my impression. It's what I get from the movie, from the last part of the movie when Kevin started to explain everything, but explanation wasn't too clear for me. Sergey, what do you think about this?
I remember the conversation between Lady Doctor and the Kevin, and Lady Doctor told that beast is the imagination. It's your imagination. The beast, it's not не существует.
Does not exist.
The beast is not exist, but Dennis told that the beast is exist. Unfortunately, I didn't see him, but she is exist. In the few days, he will came for us, and after that, I didn't understand the scene with the flowers, with the metro station. But inside the metro station, we saw the change with the born, the 24 personality from the Kevin when the beast starts to exist.
Yeah. And it was like like real beast,
Yep.
Teacher Lee. This guy just became to be Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1 second, without.
Oh my God.
Without all these gyms, all these, stupid things. Just mind control. I am a beast. That's what.
And it was walking. Do you remember walking on the ceiling, like the movie The Exorcist?
Yep, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, and Sergey touched a good topic, about all these flowers. So there are many things about flowers. We found that some pattern in flowers at the beginning of the movie when they go to secret room, and this last scene with metro and flower bouquet, it's something strange. Who understands this? What's the message? What's the message inside that? Leila.
I was just listening, but if I may say, maybe bouquets, flowers can be a kind of positive signal. I don't know. Maybe give a change. No?
It doesn't look positive at all.
Thank you. I'm happy that I haven't watched it.
I understand. I asked it you like for joking. Yeah. So, but it was more funeral for me than than positive.
Oh my God.
Bouquet is the right pronunciation, right, teacher?
Say again.
So right pronunciation for this is bouquet. Right?
Bouquet. Yeah, it's French. Bouquet.
Okay. Bouquet of the flower, or flower bouquet, right?
Now I'm reading the synopsis here. Let me ask a question.
Please.
I see that the beast kills Karen, the doctor.
Yep.
And she has apparently written on a piece of paper, call him by this name.
Yep.
And he turns back to normal.
Yep.
So why didn't she do that when he was killing her?
Yeah.
Good question. Yep. But let me guess, because he killed her in a very strange way. He was like a big snake. He was a, what's the word for that? He hugged her so tight that she cannot breathe. So probably she cannot say anything.
Oh, okay.
What's the word for python? This snake.
Python, yeah.
And how would you call? What's the verb for for killing by strangulation or?
We just say squeezed her to death.
Squeezed her.
Suffocate.
And that asphyxiates you. Asphyxiate means you can't breathe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but it's only my guess. I am not sure. So this secret name, what was the name? Vasans told us, but let's repeat this. So Jorgen, what was the special about this name on the piece of paper?
There were three names.
Yep. And why is there Rocket? Why is there Rocket?
It was a woman who called him that, I think.
Yeah, his mother, yes? His mother, when she was angry, she just screamed, "Kevin Vanderkamp, what did you do? Come here!"
This is an American costume. We don't do that in Europe.
Right. An American custom is when the parent's angry, she calls you by your full name. Yeah.
So, and in the snap, how to say it? In no time from the beast he became to be a small boy. Like, what did I do? What did I do? It was just a waste. I didn't touch anything. Yeah. And okay. So the beast came. Yep. We don't know why. We don't know the idea of flowers, but he came. He killed Karen. He killed and ate a girl. Yep. Yeah, and then he came to the main girl. I forgot her name again. And
Casey.
And she called him this secret, secret what magic? How would we say secret cast? Teacherly, what?
I'd call it code phrase.
Code phrase. Okay, secret code phrase, and she became to normal state again, if you can call this normal state. He started to change between personalities, like immediately. He was a boy, he was a Kevin, he was someone else, like in no time. And something strange started to happen. One of the personalities, I forgot who exactly, said...
Kevin.
Okay. Kevin said, yeah. I bought a shotgun, and shotgun is there, in this wardrobe. And bullets in my locker. Yep. So take them and kill me.
Oh, good.
Yep, it's good. Yep. But then another personality arrived, took a light as I got it. So what this was about? What was this whole story about? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you look like you are enlightened in this.
Yes, I like this moment in this movie because we could see this game, the Kevin McAvoy, when he showed for us several personality. Now he's a Kevin. In a few minutes he's Dennis. In a few minutes he's Best. I think this is a good moment who open to us his problem with relationships between his personalities. When they start, Barry changed our personality. After that, the Gedwick changed of personality. In the end of movie, Dennis changed the personality. In the suddenly, the change of personality started to Best. He will be the main personality, his mind, and he showed to us in the future we will have the problem with me because I'm head person. Mm-hmm. It's my opinion. Okay. And I read about this movie. This is movie, the short part of this free movie of Shyamalan. About glass, about person who without stick. I forgot the name. And the future, I think we will show the second part of this split 2. First, I don't know.
Okay. Well, Sans, please, your ideas about this.
Yes, initially, earlier in this movie, the doctor hinted that calling his full name out will create a chaos between all those personalities, and that's what happened when she called the real name. Everything collapses like throwing a pebble into a water or a pond. So each personality came to life, came alive, and expressed how to say that not as simultaneously. It's like continuously or something like that. So one by one.
I see.
Everyone appeared.
Sequentially. Okay.
Yeah, so we started to sympathize with this guy, right? Because he actually had a problem. We learned that all this personality don't like each other too much. So he had a conflict, but he cannot get a divorce or something. So he had to live with that. Well, I would say that Mike, how we call that? Actually, how we call this post feeling? When you watch it something or tasted the wine, then you have something.
So my deja vu.
Okay, let me try.
Where you think you've done it before?
I mean that my final feeling about this. So I tried it. It's a wine. I tried it. I tested it. I sit a bit, and then I make my conclusion.
Just a judgment, decision.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know.
Okay, so whatever it was, I was kind of confused about this movie. It doesn't seem the ending doesn't seem too logical for me. What about you guys?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, who was Mr. Glass? Why was his name mentioned at the end?
Sergey told us that it's like a franchise. It's not one.
The Mr. Glass is a Bruce Willis, and we could see the Bruce Willis at the end of this movie.
Yeah,
so Mr. Glass was in Bruce Willis's movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, but we can see that for 1 second. In this movie, it's like some connection between these movies, something like this. Yeah. Sergey, something else?
No.
So, and I found in dictionary the word was I looking for. It was aftertaste. I don't know.
Aftertaste. Okay.
Aftertaste. Yeah. So yes, please.
Yes, I, in my opinion, this movie is more interesting. This is a Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay. More suspense, I would say, but more. After the denouement moment, as Diana taught me, the moment when everything is clear now. So I did not have this moment in this movie. The movie is ended, and I sit here and I have aftertaste like, okay, what is going on? Okay, why it's happening in this way? Yeah, what the fuck?
A WTF moment.
Please, Gerard.
We didn't tell that this basement was under the zoo. So the protagonist, Kevin, was working in a zoo, and also we can presume that the beast was inspired by the different animals in the zoo. Yeah, so what's the name? The beast, like an animal, a very wild animal and vicious animal.
Okay, so feel free to write more about this movie, this logic in our chat or on the site. It will be interesting. If you can, understand all the details, please write. I will be happy to know, to learn. So for me, it's not clear still. And I'm going to share slides. We almost, had a so hot discussions that I almost ran off of the time.
let me ask one quick question,
please.
The synopsis I read talked about a time when she was in a cage. Casey was in the cage trying to load the shotgun, and the beast is trying to get her, and he sees that there are scars on her body, and he somehow decides that she's a victim and therefore innocent, and therefore he's not going to hurt her.
Yep.
What was that about?
Short answer, hard to say. The long answer is it's probably about this abuse from her uncle or something.
Okay. Then there was a flashback about a funeral and some guy named John saying, "I'll be your guardian," and somehow that touched the beast. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, well, my impression about that, this guy, Kevin, or whoever was this horde, it's kind of the had an experience to be abused or something to a victim. So when he watches the scarves, he understood that the girl is kind of the same and feel some proximity or something like this. It's empathy, yeah, and stop it, to chase her.
Okay.
Sounds? Am I right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Empathy.
Sorry, Leila.
Thank you.
It was your impression about the movie, right?
No, the moment I started watching the movie, I just turned it off. Come on. No way.
Yes, the beginning is kind of scary. I'm not enjoying the kidnapped phase. I would
But
say.
it's not very usual to have a person, with 23 personalities.
Well, it's another question that I was going to ask you. If Dr. Lady knows about all these personalities and everyone knows, wouldn't it better, to take a look after this guy, not to?
Thank you. I will call you.
Yeah, because it's strange, we just put him on the street and say, okay, we know you are ill, there are a lot of personalities in you, so please kidnap someone and we will investigate it later.
But the guy was supposed to be in medication and controlled, and always happens. Some people go out of the prison because it's supposed to be, they are, they cannot do any harm to the others, but many times psychologists are wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that the lady, this doctor, is a victim herself, it doesn't soothe me too much. I'm not. I don't care. Yeah. Okay, let's do. Teacher Lee, can we prolong our class for 10 or more minutes? What about your schedule? Okay. So because we are out of time, but I would like to make some slides. Movie class, not a movie class without them. Okay, let's start from Gerard. Gerard, please find some details.
We can see the father and the three girls. The one on the right side is Casey, Marcia, and Claire. I don't know, Claire, who is Claire? The blondie? The blonde?
I have no idea. Actually, they don't play, important role in the movie, right? No. They're just as statists, backside actors.
Just Star Trek red shirts there to die.
Teacher, can you explain this more, for our watchers, for our YouTuber watchers? What means red-shirted Star Trek guy?
Star Trek was an old science fiction TV show, and the officers or the crew of the ship wore three colors: gold, blue, and red. The red were security people. Mm-hmm. Blue and gold were the heroes. Wow. So you knew the blue and gold people would never die. So anytime they went down in the group, the red shirt guy would always die because he was just a security guy. So when you're a red shirt, this guy's going to die on the mission.
Right. At this moment, at the very beginning, we started to understand that the main girl kind of strange, right? Because they discussed her behavior or just like in a black tones, I would say. Okay, so not too much there, right? Just a few. Okay, another one. Jorgen, please describe this.
He has a face mask.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, we call that a surgical mask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, surgical mask, yeah. And yeah, he spray the girls.
Mm-hmm.
He sprays the girls.
What is his name now?
Dennis.
Okay. Have you noticed that when he changed personality, he changed his clothes as well? So Dennis is always gray, They have different shorts and clothes. It's strange, So I don't understand the process. How does it happen? Yeah. Vasans, please comment.
Yes, he wore a mask because of the reaction by the girls, by the opponent he might receive, because Casey was in the car and she was not affected. So it's like a precaution. He put that mask just in case if the opponent tackled him and sprayed the gas on his mask, so his face. So this could be the reason.
But do you remember that he used some piece of clothes as well? So he had a mask and some orange, clothes, and it was like a thick one. So it's not only the mask. He was like cautious about this. Okay, another one. Leila, you see, I choose the slide with the flower with you.
Thank you. I don't know where the bathroom is, but it looks nice, clean, hygienic, and I love the style, the flower, and I can see, yes, hot and cold water handles and the bathroom curtain. I think there is a mirror. I don't know.
So what is the flower? What is how you call this orange one?
Could be daisy. I'm not sure, but it looks like as if it is dried.
Okay, Leo, so your homework, please watch this movie and explain us after what these flowers have to do with the story, because there is...
Okay, you told me one funeral. Murder. Is it okay?
Okay. And for girls, this kidnap has some educational purpose. So this guy learned. This guy studied. How is it? He taught them how to keep best clean. Right?
Thank you, Ivan. That's what I want to learn.
Yeah. What was this personality? Obsessed of clearness.
No, this person is very tidy, and I think he is really careful about being clean. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, in the movie, one of the personality was really obsessed about, hygiene and all the things. So he bring a bucket with detergents and said, this red one for the faucet, this blue one for the bath. So girls, it's unacceptable. Please, make an order. Another strange side story, I would say. I don't understand what's the message inside it, but it was there. Okay, Sergey, what is this?
We saw a special room for prisoners, and we saw 3 girls with the very short dresses and the blue jeans jackets and the white blouses and the red black I don't know and speak English.
Shorts, right?
Shirts, yes. We saw 2 sockets for electricity, and we saw very sexually covers for legs or black girl.
Okay.
Cogots, I don't know.
Stockings, maybe.
Stockings, I don't know. I speak English.
Yeah.
And,
so why you take attention to this? Because of what? I mean that I think that it's kind of a message in this. So the girls dressed kind of provocative, right? And we expect, I don't know, some sexual innuendo in this and some for the story, yes. And at the beginning, this guy Kevin or Dennis, I forgot, started to grab them or something, but they managed to escape, and then he returned back and said, I had a talk with Patricia, and you are special sacred food. It will not happen. I would say some kind of strange story. Yeah?
Ivan, any of the girls died?
Yep, a bit.
The sexy ones died.
Okay, okay, I got it right.
Okay.
Brainy girls live.
Wow, I got the message.
Okay, and because of this wall, we can think that it's a basement, right? Some old stones, fashion design, I would say, a loft.
Yeah.
Dungeon-looking basement. Okay, anything else? What's this metal thing in the middle? What do you think?
The wire tube.
Well, you can see there's an electrical. Yeah, there's an electrical outlet off to the left. So that's either a support column or it contains electrical cables and plumbing pipes. I don't know.
Okay,
Yes.
Maybe camera?
Camera? No, actually, this guy, that guy did not have an internet, Leila. You know, we learned that from the story because they found his computer and there was a like video diary, video blog from.
No, he has internet because he sent the email for Lady Doctor.
Right. But I think he sent it from someone else, for another place. I don't know, but I remember the story. You know, do you remember when the brainy girl, used his computer and watched all these video blogs? Literally every personality of this guy had a video blog. You know, they expressed.
Nice.
It's all recorded. Yeah, so maybe
that's how they communicated with each other.
Well, they actually used the word like I talked to Patricia or something, so they talk somehow. Okay. And girls tried to send a message over the internet like we are there, but it was a clear red, text, no internet in there, like this. But Sergey mentioned email, and it's correct. Okay, another one. Vasants, who is this guy?
He is Uncle Casey's uncle, and this was a flashback where they were eating in a restaurant, and he was telling some his adventure stories to Casey and her father. And there was a water bottle on the table and some dishes, salt and pepper bottles, and milk.
Yeah, once we had a discussion in our chat, and we jokingly say that it's how to distinguish cafe and restaurant, and the clue was this white clothes. Do you remember, teacher Lee? We joke about this. So how to differentiate cafe and restaurant? Yeah. So
yeah. If the tablecloth is cloth, it's expensive because they've got to wash it. If it's plastic or none, it's lower class. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to ask you, Vasants, and all of us, all of you. So, what do you think about this hunting story? What it adds? Is there anything special about hunting, or it's just a flashback about Uncle?
Yeah, I can say she was instructed to handle a gun.
Okay.
So that's how it could.
So you think that history, this flashback, is an important message that the girl, trained to use shotgun, right? That's the message.
Not afraid of guns. Yeah.
Anything else? Because this flashback was pretty long. They spoke a lot about this. What's the name for them? How we call it? Wild game? Can I say for a deer?
Yep.
Wild
game.
Yeah, so they spoke a lot, and I didn't get for what it was. Sounds any ideas? What is the message about hunting story?
I think he wants to create an interest in Casey's mind so that he can abuse her later. Not sure.
Well, actually, yes, we learned from this story that she was abused by this guy, by this uncle, and we learned that she used to use weapon, and there was something more, some philosophy about hunter and wild game or something else, but I did not get it. Probably. I hoped maybe you are. Vasants, please.
Yes, there is a significance in the end of this movie when a guard rescued her from that cage and walked her to the gate, and they showed all the animals were caged. Actually, the real monster was out there with bare hand, without any cups. But we call some animals, some creatures as animals, and we caged them inside. So it might be a significance.
Okay. I see.
This scene here, I don't know, how it fits into the movie, but if he's talking about how to handle guns, you can see on the left there's a big, it's actually a sailfish. So that's deep sea fishing. So you have to go out in a boat with special gear. You've got to prepare yourself to catch a fish that big.
Yep.
On the right side, we see a deer head as a trophy mounted on the wall. Again, you've got to get a gun, you've got to get gear, camouflage, you've got to go out, you've got to prepare yourself to capture that game. So this might be kind of implying, you got predators and you got prey. If you've got a gun, be the predator, don't be the prey. So it might be the self independence and take charge of your life, and don't be prey, be the predator. I don't know.
Yep. It's very possible.
It's a mentality, mindset.
Yeah.
Maybe she has found a similarity between this guy and that
beast. Yeah.
Yep. And maybe her desire is to kill both.
Yeah, the movie is so unclear that we can invent many senses inside. Yeah. So we can say, that all these hunters, they are so crueless that they tend to abuse, for instance. If I was a liberal, I would say so. Okay. One more circle. Let's make one more picture. Jart, can you describe this one?
This is the old lady, the psychologist. She is in front of her computer, maybe, I don't know, Skyping, using a Skype, talking with someone. We can see the background, some curtains, some pictures. On the right side, we can see like a sort of chain. Under the desk, there are some pens, Biros, and
there is some strange kind of box on the right. It's written in colorful letters. Something Science 1973. I would say it looks like a cartoon or something. and Leila wrote in the chat that she also looks abnormal. Why, Leila?
This is a lady's instinct, I think. No, believe me, this film irritated me a lot.
Okay. But I think you actually right. We call it professional deformation, right, teacher? So if you always, if you work in police, all what you see around you, it's a crime. If you work with psychos the whole days, you probably become to be like a psycho. You deform it.
Possible, yeah. Possible.
Yeah. Don't you have this collocation, professional deformation? No? Professional, because we have it in Russian and we use it a lot, because we believe that your profession, your occupation kind of has an influence to your psycho, to your mentality, to your way of thinking, and so on. So we usually call that policemen, they see only only dangerous things around them because they used to.
Yeah, I don't think we have a name for that.
Okay.
That I can think of. Yeah, I know I can understand what you're talking about, but I don't think we have a name.
Okay. Good to know. Sometimes I use Russian idioms in English, and always people say like, "What?" Jorgen, please, can you describe this one?
Yes, Casey is instructed how to follow the prey.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's this small girl. It's a Presi and her father, right? And he teach her like how to. Well, it's interesting how when the game moving, you don't have to shoot in the middle of the game, right? You shoot ahead. Actually, do you understand what I speak about? So if your target is moving, right, you have to shoot lead the target, right?
Yeah, we say lead it. Yeah, you gotta anticipate where it's going to be and shoot where it's going to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think at this scene they speak about something like this. Okay, any details? A lot of it's autumn, I think, a fall, right? Season. A lot of leaves and how we call this chair inside the tent? Inflatable?
I guess a probably collapsible chair.
Mm-hmm.
Or a folding chair. Yeah.
Yeah, very popular in my place. Whenever you go to outside, you get it.
How we call this opening in the tent?
Just an opening.
Okay, so you mean this zip zip line, right? And gate to the tent.
I mean,
I would say
curtains on both sides are hanging, fastened. Hanging.
Yeah, I would just say they've tied back the tent opening. Yeah, no special name for it.
Well, okay. Layla, please find some details in this one.
A well-furnished room full of books. That's what I have noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tidy place again. Could be a kind of library or.
Yeah, to give you more context, it's a room of this lady doctor and this guy.
Yeah, it looks like yes.
Yeah.
And the guy looks stupid.
Yep. And he came here for urgent, session of psychoanalysis.
Oh, Ivan, I don't like his face. Yeah.
Okay, do you like this gold god in the middle?
Yeah. But I believe me, I just see a room, a cold room for me, because I know after what we have talked, I feel cold. And how can somebody like him smile? I was thinking about it.
Okay. It's a simple question because he's a good guy, actually. It's another personality. Other personalities in him are bad, But this guy, it's just a Barney, His hobby is fashion. He's going to design clothes and all those things. So he's positive and a good guy.
Okay, and as soon as I look at this slide, I can say that white color is the most used one. I don't know why.
Usually, how would you call this wooden doors? This look like arc or something.
An arch. An arched doorway with double doors, or yeah.
Looks very posh. Good.
Yep. There is an animal in the picture. Do you see the animal?
Where?
The golden one, right?
Okay, right in the middle. There's a golden figure of a giraffe or some kind of a buck, some kind of a deer, maybe a gazelle. I can't tell. The neck seems kind of long, so.
Okay.
But there is an animal in the picture that may or may not. And the table has 4, looks like some white books with bookends. I can't see what the bookends are. Is that an elephant or an animal or something different?
How we call this, that ancient Egyptians use. They use chair, something, this military things. They had horses and some.
Oh, chariot? Okay.
Chariots, yeah, chariots. I'm not sure, but it looks like so.
Okay. To be. All right. So strange decor. A couch that has little pillows on it like that, we call those throw pillows. You just throw them on the couch and you can move them around. And I hate them because I don't need 7 pillows when I'm on the couch.
Yeah.
I throw them on the floor.
Yes,
But we call them throw pillows.
I agree with you. 5 is enough. No.
Oh God.
But when you're talking about this animal in the middle, I was thinking about God, you know, because I'm looking for clues, you know, in the movie. And do you remember that God was a, you know, sacred victim or something in the Bible? No.
What was it? Gort?
God. Let me
Oh,
write. God. This one.
Oh, goat. Oh, go. Oh, a sacrificial goat. Okay. Like a sacrifice to the gods. Okay.
Yeah. You know, we have a joke. It's mean. I don't know, probably in Russian, but the joke is let's go deeper. You know, when you go deeper and deeper to obvious absurd, you know. So this God there is because of, you know, of victim and all these things.
Sometimes they do put little clues in the picture to kind of foretell what's going to happen, or, you know, reveal the plot a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, this it's a scene, you know, with this neighborhood of lady. What I asked you, because I don't understand what is the side story. What's the strange side story? Sergey, can you please describe the picture and the story if you can?
But unfortunately, I didn't remember this story between these women. It's not enough for this movie, is my opinion. But this picture we saw the phone, those a lot of small stations, and the special decor as furnishings. Maybe this is the French furnishings, and the lady doctor dress a special. I don't know what is it. Carpet.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. And on the table, a special keyboard, and a lot of cookies, and a lot of books, 2 cats, and surprising for me, the lady doctor likes the grandmother hobbies with wires.
Knitting, right?
Knitting, yeah.
Okay, let me write it because I'm not sure in my pronunciation. Let teacher Lee help me. Knitting.
Knitting.
Knitting. Okay, knitting.
In my opinion, it's usually a room for women after 50 years, 60 years.
Sergey, be careful, please. You are ageist and you are, you know. I forgot the word.
Yes,
antro. How it's called?
In our discussion, I stopped to tell about the black person, the feminism part of this movie. I'm okay.
Okay, and I forgot misogynist, right? Teacher Lee, is the word?
Misogynist, woman hater.
Yeah, woman hater. Yeah. So Sergey, be careful, please.
I'm not.
Okay, can we call that how would we call this table? This table is obviously for, you know, for reading, right?
We call it a coffee table.
Coffee table, yeah. And it's a little bit in a mess. Can I say so?
Yeah, books, candy dishes, eyeglasses.
Yeah, everything.
There's a gray thing. I don't know if that's a tablet computer or what it is behind the eyeglasses.
Keyboard, I said, but from
keyboard. Okay.
But we don't have device for this keyboard yet. Okay, so the last one, Pasals, please.
Yes, this is Miss Patricia's personality. And at this point, the girls heard some sound from the nearby room, and they were peeping out from a little gap on the door, and they thought that there was a woman is talking to the guy, but at this point they found out that it's another personality, and he was behaving like a woman, a woman, and with a very calm voice.
Yep. So we call this chain on his neck like a necklace, right? Is there a special name for this, thing on this necklace, on this chain? Medallion?
We call it a locket.
Locket, okay. And medallion is not a word, right, in English?
Medallion is usually solid.
Mm-hmm.
A locket usually can open up, and there's pictures inside.
Okay, I understand.
So, yeah.
Okay. Not too much there, but I like the design of this door. If you look on the right side of the picture, you can see that there's wooden planks on the door. They perpendicular to each other. So one side is vertical, one side is horizontal. Can you see this on this door?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a typical Russian design. It's how we build it, yeah. I like it. So what else? Some towels, kitchen towels behind the lady. And, yeah, and probably that's all. So thank you very much, guys, for this conversation. I think I cannot say that we discover, the secret story of this movie, because it's impossible, just impossible. But let's see. There will be a movie split 2, as we learn. So maybe it will be more clear after all. Okay, so your suggestions are welcome, and see you next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.